Welcome back, dear students. In this video tutorial, we are going to see on-page, off-page and technical SEO. Then we will see SEO audit with live examples and analytics, digital analytics and Google Analytics. Here I want to tell you one thing, that analytics, digital analytics and Google Analytics part is kept for self-study for the academic year 2021. But still I have covered that part in this video just to give you a feel of how analytics works. Even though there might not be any question in the question paper based on analytics, but still, for the sake of knowledge and for the sake of complete digital marketing chapter, I have covered analytics part also. So I hope you will like the video and you will enjoy the animation as well. So let's begin with the topic. The very important thing is that search engines don't look at the page the way a person or a human being looks at it. They can only read the source code of the page. If you right click on the page, right, if you right click on any web page and you can say view source, then you will come across with the HTML code having all tags and attributes and some CSS included in it. Now if the person is familiar with HTML code, then he will understand what is written over there. Otherwise it will be look like a jumbled mess for him. There are a number of ways to approach SEO, that is to rank your website up on the search engine. Let us see the ways to approach SEO to generate a traffic to your website. It is necessary to attract the customers to your website, because when you attract the viewers to your website, then those viewers can ultimately become your tomorrow's customers. So to attract the viewers or to rank your website up on search engine, there are some approaches. Those are called as SEO approaches. SEO approaches are on-page SEO, technical SEO and off-page SEO. Now these three approaches are very important, but one thing you have to remember, that every type of approach is important in SEO, but for improvement it is suggested that the step-by-step method can be followed. That means first on-page SEO can be implemented, then its technical part can be seen, and finally to polish the website, off-page aspects can be implemented. Now don't get confused. We will see these three aspects and I am sure all your doubts will get cleared. Let's see the first one, that is on-page SEO. That it is very simple thing. Whenever you are writing any HTML code, it is going to be treated as on-page SEO. Anything between these HTML tag can be treated as on-page SEO. That can be included as title tags or your H1 tags, meta tags, keywords and robot.txt. It also includes some meta descriptions. Say for example, we are not at all bothered while giving title to the HTML page. We are doing HTML programs, but sometimes we give title and sometimes we don't give any title. But title tag, to define title tag is very important, because when suppose your website is live, you have hosted your website, then whenever a person will search something related to your website, and if it is mentioned in your title tag, the sentence or the statement is mentioned in your title tag, then the search engine will catch that sentence from the title tag and your website might get ranked on the search engine pages. So each title tag should be unique, descriptive, so that the page is optimized by the search engine with the help of the characters you have mentioned in that title tag. Similarly, to give alternate text to the image, also to use H1 tag, heading tag or the subheading tags, it is equally important to rank the website, that is to give on-page SEO to your website. Now let's see the second part, that is off-page SEO. It doesn't happen directly on your website, but the backlinking or the social media linking or the local SEO can be treated as off-page SEO. Say for example, if your site is having some social media link or some backlink, or some other website is having your link as a reference link, then it is off-page SEO. Such kind of linking, backlinking will rank your page up on the browser. So this is what is off-page SEO. And the third one is technical SEO. As the name suggests, the technical aspects of the website. Say for example, if your website is not properly viewed on mobile phones or smartphones, some content gets cropped while viewing your website on mobile phone or on tablet, then it is not at all a good sign. So it refers to improve the technical aspects of the website, and while looking at all those technical aspects, the ranking of the page on the search engine increases. Also, it considers something that is called as loading of the website. If you have too much content in your website and the loading time is more, or the site speed is too slow, then people may not like to wait for the site to get uploaded. So they may leave your page in between before it gets opened. So one thing you have to take care, that the first page or home page of the website should not have many images or say videos that may slow down the speed of the website. So this type of technical things can be considered under technical SEO, and it is exactly opposite to off-page SEO. So if your site looks bad on a mobile or any other device, then it comes under non-technical thing. So you have to take care that it should be mobile friendly. The next part is SEO audit. An SEO audit helps to find out what could be done to improve ranking on search engines so that consumers could find the website with great ease. To perform this SEO audit, there are number of tools freely available on internet. The tools such as WooRank.com or Varvi.com or SEOSiteCheckup.com are freely available, and you can audit any website on these tools. These websites also gives us the actionable recommendations that can be taken to improve your online presence. The recommendations, suggestions are given to improve the website to rank up on a search engine. Say for example, H1 tag is not there, or images are given but they are not having alternate text, or the website is not mobile friendly. What kind of audit it is? What we have seen before this slide, that is the approaches, the on-page, off-page and technical approaches. So this SEO audit tool will tell us all these approaches. Now we will take one example website and we will see how these approaches works with SEO audit. I have one beautiful website of japanguide.com where there are many images related to Japan flower garden, the booking for the garden, then the information about the garden, flowers, blooming season, etc. Now what I will do is I will make audit of this website. So for this, I will open here SEO Optimal, that is seoptimal.com. This is audit tool website, but this website allows you to audit 1 or 2 websites per day. So if you want to audit more than 1 website in a day, it won't allow you. This is premier free trial website. Now what I will do is I will copy the URL from this website by pressing Ctrl C, and I will paste that URL here, and I will click on this audit button. Now within 2 or 3 minutes, the entire audit result will appear here. Here you can see the rendering is going on. Okay, now this is finished, and you can see your page could be better. Number of recommendations 13, and the report is generated. This is the first page of the website, so it is being displayed here. And see now, these are the rankings, that is SEO, usability, performance of the website, social media, and security. Now here, for the security purpose, this website has got A+ grade. So the website is highly secured. Whenever on the site there is booking or money related things are there, then mostly those websites are security proven. So this is the entire report, SEO audit report. We will see the report. Now here you can see that SEO result. Your SEO could be better, that is some suggestions is given, title tag is there, meta tag description is perfect, so it is tick marked over here. Now see, header tags are not included. H1 tag is there for 22 times, but other header tags like H2, H3, H4 are not at all included. So it is recommended that HTML header tags are an important way of signaling to the search engine, and your page is not making effective use of header tag. This suggestion is given. Keywords are also not properly used. See here, the keywords are not used properly. These kind of keywords can be used so that the website might have ranked up. And then phrases. Then the next part, that is C, image alt attribute. Here also wrong sign is given. Images on your pages, but those are missing alt attribute. So alt attribute is very important to rank your website. So the marking is given as wrong because there are no any alt attribute used. Then backlinking or on page link structure, we found 761 total links, so it is perfect. All these things are there in your textbook, page number 35 and 36. So the friendly URLs are there or not is also mentioned. No indexing tags. Okay. Then robot.txt. Now this file is important. Your website appears to have robot.txt file. Now what is this robot.txt file is? It tells the search engine which pages to access and index on your website. For example, if you specify in your robot.txt file that you don't want the search engine to be able to access your thank you page or any other page, then the robot.txt file will restrict the browser to show that page. So this type of allow or disallow type of thing can be done with the help of this robot.txt. Then next is usability. The B grade is given. Rendering. Now see here the technical SEO part comes. That is, this check you visually demonstrates how your page renders on different devices. Now in rendering they have given C grade, B grade. Okay. The use of mobile viewport. Your page specifies a viewport matching the device size and allowing it to render appropriately across the device. So it is properly rendering on mobile phone as well as on tab. Then the flash used, no flash use. iframe use, there are no iframe detected. See, iframes are not to be used because many a times if there are many iframes used, then it may slow down the speed of the web page. So if your website is not using iframe, then it is actually good. Then favicon. that is the icons, favorite icons, that is backlinking to favorite icons. For example, if there is any social media link or if there is any other link to your website, then the favorite icons, that is the small icons of those websites, can be given. And here it is correct. So the favicon icons are there. So it is very good. The tab target is an element on a web page that when user interacts with the web page. This may include some button, some links that can be easily clicked by the user. So the tab target sizing is not perfect. The user is viewing the website from mobile phone. Then to click on a particular link, to click on a particular image, the tab targeting is not at perfect size. So the wrong sign is given here. If you click on show details, you will come across the detailing of that thing. And ultimately the page speed is given here. All page content loaded. Your page server response time is reasonably low, which is good for load speed and user experience. Even though they are having so many images, but still the page load time is good. It might be the size of the image might be at a lower side. This might have happened. And the number of resources, that is HTML pages, JavaScript resources, CSS is used, images, 64 images are used. These are the resources used with a web page. And the next thing, that is the social media result, that is whether the page is linked to Facebook, yes, and Open Graph, Facebook Open Graph tag, yes. Then whether it is related to or linked to Twitter account, yes, it is having Twitter account, and YouTube channel as well. The followers and the view count is also given on YouTube. And LinkedIn connection is not there. And lastly, that is security features, that is all antivirus security features and privacy features are activated. So it is having a good sign that all the security features are included. These are the technological results. So this is how you can see the result of the web page. Now I will show you the audit of some other website using different audit tool. Let's see. Now I have taken here another website of Khas Pathar, which is located in Satara, and this is also one beautiful website with so many images and CSS used beautifully in this website. Now let's see how the SEO audit for this website works. Now I will use another SEO audit tool, that is WooRank.com. And you can see the interface is same or similar to SEO Optimal. I will copy the URL and I will paste the URL here and try it for free. This is also free trial website. One thing you have to note down, that these free trial websites will allow you to make audit of 1 or 2 websites per day. If you try to use or if you try to make audit of more than 2 websites per day, then for the third website it may give you some signal that now you can't audit the website. So there are many free websites available. You can try those websites and you can make audit of the desired website. Now here the result appears. You can see the ranking is done, and here the on page SEO, that is the title tag is there or not, meta description is there or not, then alt attribute you can see. We found 17 images on web page and 8 alt attributes are missing. So they are suggesting you to give alt attribute to these 5 images. And then the next, that is the language declared English. The website is originally in Marathi language, but the person can change the language by clicking here. The language can be changed. So it is mentioned here that the language can be changed. Then robot.txt file is missing, and XML sitemap is also missing. Then broken links. The broken links are the links that send a message to its visitors that a web page is no longer existing, or there is 404 page error, or if the website is under construction, or if the website is undergoing with some changes, then this broken link page should be displayed. It is mentioned over here. The mobile friendliness site is good for mobile friendliness. So this is how you can audit the website. So here I have another website, that is holidayfire.com, and I'm going to use SEOsitecheckup.com as a SEO audit tool. I will copy the URL and I will paste the URL here to see the optimization of this website. The name of the SEO tool is SEOsitecheckup.com. Now the analyzing is being done. You can see that the pass check is 42% and some failed check 5% and warning 1%. Now let's see what it actually means. Meta description is okay. Then keywords, use of keywords, congratulations, they have mentioned here the keywords are perfectly used. Then the next thing, that is heading tag is used, robot.txt is used. That means what? On page SEO is perfectly done. Broken links. Now see here, check your web page for broken link. Finding and fixing broken links on your web page will help both user experience and search engine ranking. So they are suggesting the website should have broken links. I told you what is broken link. That is to give message to the visitor that the page is no longer existing, or 404 page error. So such errors are not there. So broken link test is failed. Then alternate text. Your web page is using IMG tag with empty or missing alt attribute. See here now, very important attribute. And inline CSS. Your page is using inline CSS style. So they are recommending to use external CSS or internal CSS. Correct. Inline CSS is used just for that particular tag. So they are recommending either you use internal CSS or external CSS. And the deprecated HTML tags are not used. Deprecated means deleted HTML tags. Backlinking is perfect, and you can see the result, that is everything is okay, but having some suggestions, and the improvement can be done using all these suggestions. So this is the SEO audit. So now you can make SEO audit with the help of SEO site checkup or SE Optimer website, or the website which we have seen, that is WooRank. So these three websites can be used to audit the website. So this is mentioned in the textbook, page number 35 and 36. So what you have to do is, you have to take one sample website. You can take any website. You have to open this SEOsitecheckup.com and you are going to paste the address or URL of the website over there, and you are going to see what kind of improvements or suggestions are given by the auditor. Dear students, there is one disclaimer that the next part of the video, that is analytics and digital analytics, has been kept for self-study purpose for this academic year due to COVID-19 pandemic. However, I suggest you to watch the video to understand what is analytics and what is Google Analytics, so that this will complete the entire course of digital marketing. But it is mentioned in the circular that this part, that is from page number 37 and 38, is not being asked in the examination. Let's first understand what is analytics. Analytics is nothing but a systematic computational analysis of data or statistics. Now, to understand this concept more clearly, let me show you one video related to this.
Analytics is the discovery, interpretation, and communication of meaningful patterns in data. Organizations apply analytics on business data to describe, predict, and improve business performance. Data analytics is a multidisciplinary field. There is an extensive usage of computer skills, mathematics and statistics, along with descriptive techniques and predictive models to gain valuable knowledge from data analysis.
That analysis is nothing but discovery, interpretation, and communication of meaningful pattern of data. And organizations apply this analytics on the business data to describe, predict, and improve business performance. So this analytics actually depends upon three things. One is computer skills, second is mathematics, and third one is statistics. Now when we talk about analytics, it is the systematic computational of data and statistics, but let's see what is digital analytics. Now one thing we have to consider that when people end up purchasing something, they do that in stages. It is not like at one go they purchase something. The process is in stages. They would have considered many alternatives and then decided to purchase the product or service from your website. Say for example, they must have searched something on web, then they must have got emails regarding that. They must have visited third-party storage or some offline sales data campaign, then some independent agents, then they must have visited some social media platforms, then call centers to get extra information, then servers, or through their mobiles. All these things can be considered under digital analytics because one person before buying goes to these many fields and then he or she decides what to buy and when to buy. So for this, there is a funnel called as purchase funnel. Marketing has a concept that is purchase funnel. A basic purchase funnel includes what? It includes three stages: acquisition, behavior, and conversion. Now let's see these three stages. First is acquisition, means what? Knowing about your website. The person who want to buy something from your company, he may visit your website again and again. Then he may build some kind of awareness about your product by visiting the website. Then he may watch related videos or something related to your product or your website on some social media websites or some channels, say for example YouTube channel, or simply he keep on visiting your website again and again to make his final decision. He may click on the product description and he keep on reading about the product. And then lastly, that is conversion. That means the actual purchasing. That means the ultimate viewer of the website becomes your customer. Now this conversion stage is the stage where the visitor to your website becomes a customer and transacts with you with the help of your website. This is how this purchase funnel works. This is hard to quantify and measure in offline world, but in online world, using this type of digital analytics, we can measure many different aspects of this funnel. Say for example, we can track the behavior of the visitor. For example, who is visiting our website, then where they are from, what are they viewing on our website, did they find what they are wanting, or how much time they have spent on the website. All these questions can be answered with the help of digital analytics. Yes, digital analytics make you aware who is visiting, whether the person is male or female, from which browser the person is visiting, from which location the visit is being done, what are they looking for, on which page they are spending much more time, on which product they are visiting again and again. So all these things can be easily interpreted with the help of digital analytics. So this is how behavioral study can be done. And this is the most important part of digital marketing, that you should understand the behavior of the customer or the viewer. First of all, it is viewer, and ultimately he is going to be your customer. So to understand his behavior, this analytics plays very important role. Let's see what is Google Analytics and how it works. First, we will see what is Google Analytics. It is nothing but a plugin or a tool which allows you to track and analyze your website traffic. Now here the word traffic means number of visitors visiting your website. Now Google Analytics is a must-have tool for anyone interested in growing their website in digital marketing. So now we will see what data does Google Analytics allow you to see. Let's see. Well, it lets you see a lot of things like how many visitors you are getting to your website, then from where they are coming, that is from Internet Explorer, from Google Chrome, from YouTube or from Facebook. And then it also tells you how longer they are spending time on your website. Then it tells you what type of pages they are visiting or they are clicking. Now this data also includes the age group of the visitors, gender of the visitor and the country from where the visitors are visiting. So having a website but without having Google Analytics is like driving a cruise ship with a blindfold and having no idea where you are going, and probably you will not be able to forecast about the product. So how does this Google Analytics works? Say for example, I have a website and the main goal of the website is to sell the product and ultimately to get money. For this, I am running advertisements, say on Google, Instagram or say on YouTube, Facebook. So now I have got 4 different ways that somebody could find my website, that is Google, Instagram, YouTube and Facebook. Once I install Google Analytics on my PC, Google Analytics will give me a code which is going to be a JavaScript code, and I am going to include that code into my program. Now for this reason, I may not be a programmer expert. Just on the home page of the website, this code has to be inserted. We have learned JavaScript in standard 11. So just in header section, the code which is being provided by Google Analytics, that code we have to include on the home page of our website. Once I install that code or once I insert that code into my website, then I will be able to see that from which source, these many sources are there, Google or Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. Then I will come to know from which source I am getting more and more customers or visitors. Those are visiting my website. So what will happen after this? Once I understood that I am getting more and more visitors from, say for example, YouTube, then I must concentrate on that whatever videos I am posting on YouTube must be up to date and perfect, so that I will get more and more customers or visitors from YouTube. Or I can also improve my other social handles, say for example Instagram or Facebook, to upgrade my number of visitors. So this code will tell me that from which source I am getting more and more visitors. Now this will also tell me, the code which I am going to insert will also tell me whether my video advertisement is being liked more or my image advertisement is being liked more. So this will also tell me that which type of advertisement are being liked by the people, and traffic is being generated from which type of source. Once the visitors are on your website, then Google Analytics will also let you see how many people are bouncing off, means just visiting and going back from your website. Then from where they are bouncing off. Say for example, they are just visiting my home page and then they are leaving my website, or some might have reached till the product page. They must have visited the product page, they must have seen the description of the product, and then they might have left my website. Or some may be going through all these stages. Some might have visiting all my pages, then reaching up to the product page, and they might have reached to the cart. So they might have in a position to purchase the product with the help of my website. So this type of analytics can be easily done with the help of Google Analytics. These viewers will ultimately become my product customers. So dear students, with this we have finished with the chapter Digital Marketing. Let's make a quick revision on the points we have covered under this topic. We have seen what is traditional marketing and digital marketing. Marketing means that connecting with your audience, and it is the action of promoting and selling products and services. And traditional marketing refers to any type of marketing that is not online or which is offline. This means print, actual mails, phone calls, SMS, billboards, television advertisements. And on the other hand, digital marketing is the component of marketing that utilizes internet and online based digital technologies to promote products and services. There are various channels of digital marketing. In this digital marketing world, online presence of your product or service is very important, and it plays a vital role in this era. So the channels through which it is possible to reach to the customers are to make online presence effective in this digital world. The channels we have seen are mobile marketing, email marketing, pay-per-click marketing, content marketing, social media marketing, and SEO marketing. Then we have studied the various search engines which are popular one. Also we have seen what is search engine, that is the software system designed to carry out the web search on the World Wide Web. We have seen Google, Bing, Yahoo, Ask.com, AOL, Baidu and DuckDuckGo. All these are the search engine or types of search engines. Then while working with all these search engines, we have come across two types of searches. Yes, you are right. One is organic search and another is paid search. Organic means natural search and paid search is obviously unorganic search, where organic search focuses on unpaid ranking in search result, and it is exactly opposite to paid search, which focuses on paid ranking having ad or sponsored as words prefix attached to them. Next, we have seen the power of keywords as how you can rank the website by including relative and correct keywords into the metadata, title tag or heading tags in the program. Links and backlinks also plays an important role to divert the traffic from other websites to your website. This is what we have seen under SEO. Next, that is the very important strategy we have seen, black hat and white hat SEO, where white hat strategy follows relevant content, well labeled images, relevant links and references, complete sentences with good spelling and grammar, then standard compliant of HTML and unique and relevant page titles. And opposite of this is the black hat SEO, where duplicate contents are being displayed, invisible text and stuffed keywords are used, and clocking or redirecting the user to another site is being done, and links from other sites with non-relevant content are shown on your website. So these two important strategies we have seen. SEO approaches, there are three types of SEO approaches: on page, off page and technical approach. On page is concerned with information that is displayed to the end user, such as text, image, website navigation, and off page SEO is concerned with the website relationship with other websites, which refers to your own website. And the third one, that is technical SEO, refers to improve the technical aspect of the website, to increase the ranking in all technical aspects. For example, page loading time, mobile optimization, or rendering of the page on different devices. Such kind of technical things can be considered under technical SEO. We have also covered SEO audit and how it works. And we have seen and we have audited the website using ready-made tools such as SEO Optimer, SEO Site Checker, WooRank, etc. We have covered this with the help of live examples. Then the next part we have seen is purchase funnel, which is used to observe the behavior of the visitor, how the visitor had become your ultimate customer, that is the acquisition, behavior and conversion. Three steps we have seen, and we have also studied the behavioral analysis of the visitor with the help of so many things, that is who are they and from where they are visiting, what they are viewing. We have studied how this purchase funnel actually work. And at the end we have seen Google Analytics, the very important role in the analytics, that is for calculating the traffic to your website, number of visitors by their gender, bounce rate, session duration, etc. We have seen Google Analytics with the help of example. So dear students, with this we have finished with the chapter digital marketing. And now see you soon in my next video based on new chapter. Till then, take care of yourself and have a healthy and happy life. And the most important thing, that is keep learning, because learning today for a better tomorrow.